I am checking out these politics, y'all. These politics are wild, man. This shit is wild. So, you know, I've always been very interested in politics and I follow it, pretty closely. And one of the things that I have become extremely engaged in this Israel, Gaza, all of that stuff. And another thing that's happening is I'm starting to really realize. I remember when I was like 16, 17, I started a lot of critical thinking. I'd always been a critical thinker, but I really started a lot of friends who was Rastafarian, and like what you see is not what you get. There's a demonic nature in this world, historically speaking, and you know I eventually became part of the Nation of Islam. I was listening to people in my family who were also in the Nation of Islam, so it wasn't far fetched. A couple of generations in the Nation of Islam. Some of them live in Chicago from the South. Anyhow, I listened to Minister Louis Farrakhan. Had anybody listened to Minister Louis Farrakhan from the 80s and the 90s, you're not going to be surprised by anything that's going on right now. Minister Louis Farrakhan has not changed his tune. Minister Louis Farrakhan was the Nick Fuentes of his time, his earlier time. He ain't tell no lies. He ain't make up nothing. They call that man all kind of names. Tried to silence and shut him up. One of the most interesting things that Minister Louis Farrakhan did is that he engaged Muammar Gaddafi. And I had a distrust from a very early age of media, people who tell the story, people who write the books, right? Because I saw Muammar Gaddafi. All the details and all that stuff, no, I didn't understand it. But I did understand that Muammar Gaddafi was a man who was anti colonialism. I understood because you didn't have translations back then in every language and stuff like you do now. But I understood that he was a man who saw the brotherhood of Islam moving beyond place, space, and time. He befriended Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, offered a vision for not only his people of Libya, but also kind of on some Marcus Garvey shit like uniting, universally, having standards, you know, not giving in to the great shaitan, having policies that protect the Muslim world. He had a lot of ideas. One of the things he did is he took those natural resources from their country and he turned that into wealth for the people. So people were living well under Gaddafi. When the state made money, instead of him being a dictator and building mansions and investing in himself, he invested in the people. The people were very happy with Muammar Gaddafi. He turned his country around. They couldn't take that. The idea of the Arab world uniting behind everybody getting what they need. See, these people thrive off of desperation and poverty and chaos. They thrive off of that. They can't operate where things are symbiotic. They can't do that. It's not their nature. They can't do it. They refuse to do it. They will create problems where there are none. They've been doing that for a long time. They don't know how to be peaceful. They don't know how to leave people alone. It's not possible. They have to sow seeds of discourse. Of discord. I'm sorry, of discord. They have to. They have to have people fighting. They have to bomb people. They have to start wars. They do not know peace. They don't want to know peace. You're asking somebody to do something that is in them against their nature, plain and simple. So it doesn't surprise anybody that Muammar Gaddafi, he showed a way to the Arab world how to use those resources and benefit the Arab people. people, and these movements would grow. And the idea of that, a united Middle East, united under Islam, under brotherhood, one strong ummah, they couldn't take that. So apparently, we're finding out now that they had a checklist all along. They had a 40-year checklist. This is who we're going to fuck with in this order. We'll take out regimes. We'll create revolutions. We'll destroy. We'll blow up. This is who they are. And now they just all out with it. They just all out with it. There's no reason to hide. Because guess what? You can't do nothing about it. That's where we at right now. We so big, we too big to fail. You can't do nothing about it. I don't even have to hide my horns anymore because you can't do nothing about it. What you gonna do? So basically, Israel through the United States, and we are the United States of Israel officially. Officially, America as you know it, as I know it, is fucking over. It's over. So yesterday, the reason why I'm doing this stream is because Qatar, a country I wanted to go to, I planned in November taking me a Middle East tour. I plan to go to Turkey, to Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. I usually do 3 countries at a time. I plan to do that. The way it's going now, between Turkey and Qatar, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because Doha would have been my number one destination. I don't need no problems. You understand? But yesterday, Israel decided to drop 10 bombs on the negotiators with Hamas in Qatar. The Arabs have got to learn a hard, long lesson. You think your money means something, they'll take your money. You think your oil is power, they will take your oil. You think your gold, your resources, your minerals, you think it earns you